We'll move from the islands now inland to hear from Niuminco Group with the Edie Creek gold-silver mine adjacent to Hidden Valley and copper-gold exploration at May River and Bolobip. To present for Niuminco, please welcome Managing Director and CEO Tracey Lake. Tracey.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tracey Lake, MD and CEO of Niuminco Group Limited. Just for the record, Niuminco is a gold producer and it's one of the 7 operating mines in New Guinea. We are the smallest. There are 2 other mines that have mining leases, Tolokuma and Curate Gold. They're not operating at the moment, but we are number 7. We're listed on the Australian Stock Exchange and the Port Moresby Stock Exchange. So we are both a producer and an explorer. Important information, paragraph 5 probably sums it up, which more or less says in the paraphrasing, the best laid plans of men and mice can sometimes go awry. Okay, corporate snapshot. Market cap at 10.07 was 7.2 million, but I notice we've come back to 4.8 million at about 10.08. We have 2.4 billion shares on issue, 180 million options. Myself, the chairman, Professor Ian Plimer, and our management staff hold about 19% of the stock. Recently, Mr. John Nethery and Lawrence Charters joined the board. Ian Plimer is probably one of Australia's most renowned and best known geologists, and John Nethery is considered one of the world's leading epithermal gold geologists. New Guinea is a wonderful, world-class and mining-friendly geological province, as has been stated by Patrick and other speakers. Our 3 assets sit in what is called the New Guinea origin, or the mobile belt, which does hold, and I won't use the word elephants, but in there you can see our Edie Creek is right next to Hidden Valley, 5k as the crow flies. Our Bolobip is 60k east of Octedi, and our May River asset adjoins Frieda River, and according to John Nethery, shares the same structure. So we have 3 highly prospective projects in PNG, potentially world-class. We're producing gold and silver, similarly to Hidden Valley, who produced 200,000 ounces of gold and 2 million ounces of silver last year. We run at about 10-to-1 ratio silver to gold. We recover about 1-to-1. We have a gravity gold process, and in the future, subject to further drilling and exploration, we could look at a plant that would recover silver as well. So we have production upside and we have significant near-term exploration upside at Edie Creek, at May River and at Bolobip. That's a map of the area. In the Morribee goldfields, 3.5 million ounces historically have been taken out of Wow, Bololo and Edie Creek. Edie Creek comprises 6 leases, 5 contiguous that are currently being consolidated into 1 lease. As I say, about 5k as the crow flies from the Hidden Valley Hamata pit. We have a series of vein systems, 7 known vein systems with very high-grade gold and 2 identified large bulk tonnage targets. Within the camp, we have accommodation for 200 men. We have crushing, milling, processing, workshop, admin, clinic. There's plenty of infrastructure, probably $20 million worth of infrastructure. And since 2014, we recommenced producing, mining and processing at Edie Creek. Edie Creek production, we're not talking enormous volumes, but over the last couple of years we've processed up to only 11 tonnes a day. We've put in a 5 tonne per hour ball mill. We've put in a larger vibrating feeder, and as a result of losing mains power over the last 18 months, we've put in a new large generator. We now have the capacity to do 5+ tonnes an hour, gives us 40 to 60 tonnes a day in an 11-hour shift. We can move to longer shifts, but at the moment, for simplicity, security and ease of operation, we can do around 9 to 10 hours of processing in an 11-hour day. We need 80 grams of gold a day, or 80 ounces a month, to break even. Very simply, 40 to 60 tonnes at 1.5 to 2 grams a tonne breaks even at Edie Creek. Our target is 150 to 200 ounces a month. That gives us 1 to 2 million Australian dollars per annum surplus cash flow. Simple on the figures, but we are an operating mine. We aren't in those tranquil islands. We are in the highlands, but we have road access. We share Hidden Valley's access road for the last 30k. We have sealed road, not mentioning the potholes from Ley to Bololo, so we can bring in and take out all our product and what we need by road. As I said, in the last 12 months, apart from upgrading our power, we have added the 5-tonne ball mill. We've virtually rebuilt our old Gecko inline spinner concentrator plant, and we've put in a new larger vibrator. Yesterday we announced we've taken 2 more Komatsu D85 bulldozers from Hidden Valley to add to one we got last year. They're at a very attractive price on a deferred payment basis, and we've taken a 40-tonne tip truck. One of the constraints or risks going forward, we need to bring in that 60 tonnes of ore every day. In my experience of 6 years operating up there at Edie Creek and in New Guinea, if you want 2 machines operating, you need 3. You'll have one down all the time. We now have 2 excavators, we need a 3rd. We have 3 dozers, we have 3 trucks. That will allow us to mine 2 vein areas at any one time. That's also very important for the continuity of supply. Niuminco owns its own drill rigs. We've got 4 rigs at the moment, 2 at Edie Creek, 1 at Kiunga, which is on the Fly River, ready to be heli lifted up to Bolobip, and we have another rig in a container in Ley to ship out to our May River site. So we have the benefit of drilling ourselves. It's interesting to look at some of those previous presentations. Since 1926, when Edie Creek was first mined, only 45 holes for 6,600 metres have been drilled, and 22 of those holes have been drilled in the last 6 years. So it's grossly underexplored. We're testing extensions of the existing known lode and vein systems, and John Nethery has identified 2 very large lower grade bulk tonnage targets. They're 2 of the rigs operating. The top picture is the Karuka Enterprise stockwork. That hole gave us from surface 48 metres at 1.72 grams per tonne. We need to drill more holes. That area is about a 600 metre diameter area with enormous potential for a bulk tonnage target. Hidden Valley mines or processes about 1.7 grams per tonne gold. Anything above that, there's the ability to ship it off to Hidden Valley, although we would like to process ourselves. We did 6 holes down the Enterprise system. All of those were very high-grade veins. It's very fractured ground, cavernous veins. There is no resource or reserve at Edie Creek because of the low number of drill holes historically, but also narrow veins, very difficult to get a resource. But we will continue with our drilling program, particularly these bulk tonnage targets. I'll move to the other exploration projects. May River, Adjoins, Frieda River Project. The latest figures on Frieda River, 21 million ounces of gold and 13 million tonnes of copper. Down the bottom there, if I can get that, that's Frieda and that's us. 9K as the crow flies. We've spent with Mincor, who did 2 years of joint venturing before they pulled out, spent $4 million since 2011 on airborne geophysics. There's a 2 to 3 hole program now being planned. It's a very exciting target. Also in the north, we have massive sulfides, and they've got very high potential, 10% copper and over 2 grams a tonne gold, but they're widely dispersed. We're going to focus on the southern area, and we've recently taken up another EL that fits in a little missing gap between Frieda and ourselves, and it's got very high potential also. May River Highlands Gold back in the 90s did a series of drill holes. Some of these results, they would today, any exploration company would kill for. One of those holes, 109 metres from surface at 1.53 grams per tonne. 44 metres at 1.83 and 96 metres at 0.89. That's these holes here. We're planning a hole straight down and one off to the left or the east. That's where one of those holes should have been drilled originally, but by mistake it went the other way. We have a rig inlay to send out to WEWAC. We ship it up the CPIC, and then we'll helicopter from our base in Hot Min. So an outstanding prospect, brownfields, and ready to drill. The Bolobip Project, 60k east of Octedi. Again, 3.5 million been spent by Mincor and Niuminco between 2011 and today. We have a base camp out there. It's under what they call the Hindenburg Wall, which is really right on the spine of New Guinea. May River is on the northern side, on the CPIC side. The headwaters of the Fly River about 1 kilometre from our camp. Kiunga, which is the port in Fly River where Octedi ships its, or has its slurry line go down to and ships out its concentrate. We have the rig there at the moment. We have a short drive to offload the rig. It's sitting in a container, and we plan on heli lift. There's 18 heli lifts to get the rig up to the drill pads at Bolobip. So we can drill ourselves cheaply, but we have to pay the heli prices. Most expensive part. So a major copper gold porphyry target. The CRA had very, very good gold mineralisation in channel samples. It's a classical geochemical signature of a leach cap above a mineralised copper gold porphyry system, and we need to drill some holes in there in the very near future. So Niuminco, going forward, we're an expanding producer and explorer. As I say, there are 7 operating mines in New Guinea: Lahire, Octedi, Porgera, Hidden Valley, Simberi, Kianantu and Niuminco. We operate with the same rules and regulations as those companies: a registered mine manager, registered mine surveyor, registered mine electrician, quarterly inspections by the MRA, and all that goes with it. We have 48 people on the ground at Edie Creek, 32 at any one time, and our aim is to get back to positive cash flow virtually immediately. I came out of New Guinea Sunday night. The new vibrating feeder is delivering 5+ tonnes to the ball mill. We have taken or will take delivery when I go back up next week, the 2 larger excavators and the 40-tonne tip truck. We need at Edie Creek to move a bit of earth. Very simply, in the oxidised zone there, sometimes we're 70, 90 metres above bedrock, which is creek level. The veins are lower grade, finer gold at the top of the systems and much coarser, higher grade at the bottom. We've assayed where we took gold out in 14-15 in the main Edie lode at creek level, 37 grams a tonne. We broke even that year when we had one excavator, one tractor, no bulldozer. But we have gone back up to the top of the systems. We have 3 very good systems to mine: Karuka, the Alpha West, which is the main Edie lode, and the Sermons area. They have varying styles of ore, but all free milling, easily put through the mill. And going forward, I hope to be delivering news that we are delivering on production and on drilling at our exploration sites. Thank you for your time today. Look forward to releasing some further good results and the market cap staying up a little bit. Thank you very much.